Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. They said oppression drives a wise man mad. There's only so much he can take. Oh, so just take a look around you. You'll see so much mental destruction. And no matter how hard I try, I run into a broken system. This life we live has been a lie. We've been taught polluted information. They tried to cut us from our heritage, the greatest people who had ever lived. Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. Have you ever wondered why they massacre our brothers? They cause us to hate one another, to make it hard to come together. It's never ever too late. We need to cry out. We need to be awakened from this strong delusion. We need to stop all this confusion and start a spiritual movement so we can turn back to our God. Why do they treat us so bad? Why do they do things just to make us mad? Why do they treat us so bad, so bad? Why do they hate us so bad? Why? It's gotta be something deeper, deeper, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be something deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deep, deeper. It's gotta be something deeper, deeper. It's gotta be. Could it be the melanin? Deeper. Could it be that we're stronger? Could it be our women? Deeper. What could it be? Could it be our rhythm? Deeper. We got so much abilities and so many enemies. Deeper. We've been through so many pain. Hey, somebody please tell me what's going on, 'cause we can't even get some coffee, and we can't even watch a movie. We can't even buy groceries. Guilty walking, so they shoot us in the streets. We know the hate is really deep. We gotta be the chosen people. We've been through so much evil. I feel it in my soul. They kill us in our home. Feel it in my soul. Deep down in my soul. Whoa, yeah. Deeper. Just the mere sight of us brings fear. And all it really takes is to have a conversation about the truth, about who we really are, and accept it.
All right. Let me close one of these tabs. I was trying to stream. Rumble has a thing that they can stream on, but it's not working. I'm going to go on and end this one. All right. Let me end this. All right. Hold on. I guess I got to figure out how the system works. But nevertheless, Yahuwah's Kingdom, you still in here? Shalom, Arlene, Foster, and everybody else. Yahuwah's Kingdom, you still in here? I'll drop the link in the chat anyway. Anybody want to come up? I'll drop the link in the chat. But anyway, this right here, this right here is kind of an old video I did 2 years ago over our dead bodies. Y'all see that? I looked for it on YouTube. Maybe they took it down. So this is kind of a modification. All right, y'all see it, but it's on Brighteon. It's on Brighteon. But you just follow those links. It'll lead you right there. Let me see here. That link. Follow that link, and you should right here. All right, you just follow those links, and it'll lead you back. Okay. I don't know what I got going on. Let me get on into it though. You follow those links, and it'll lead you right here. But anyway, Brighteon right here. I got two of them. But nevertheless, let me get on into it. Yahuwah's Kingdom, you still in here? Let me see, which screen am I seeing? All right. But anyway, yeah, I saw you in the chat. Yeah, I uploaded that video this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to do some other things. That's an old video. If you look at it, my hair ain't the same. Yeah, that video probably about 2 years old also. All right. But all right, let me get on into it. Yeah. Brother Amos, Yahuwah's Kingdom was, and Stephen was on that other video over our dead bodies. But this is kind of like a update or a revised version. But we don't revise history. We just update the facts. You know what I'm saying? All right. Since I didn't have it on YouTube, I couldn't find it. I'll just go do another one. But nevertheless, here we go. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. Let me present. Let me see. I want y'all we got to get a grip on this history. All right. We got to get a grip on this history. Y'all know the last video I did. What video was that? What video was that? It's gonna pick up. Oh yeah, the race card. Y'all know the race card video. Race relations. Mark 13 and 8. Race relations. Yeah. This kind of go that right there. That's what they were talking about. Them dead. We was in Europe, y'all. They've been chasing us out the land and killing us, okay? And what y'all gonna find out is, even dead, you know. I just want y'all to see the thumbnail. Let me correct myself. That's last week, I believe. Mark 13 and 8, race relations. But yeah, how I go off into this. All right. Archaeologists found bound bodies of enslaved, as code word, all people in Africa are not the sons of Ham. Okay? All right? They try to lump us all into one, but they don't get it twisted now. If you got dark skin, you're gonna get the same treatment. All right. Of enslaved, look, slave Africans in Portuguese trash dump. Trash dump. Trash dump. Not grave site, not cemetery. Notice, I just noticed this. They didn't put mass graves. They could have just put archaeologists found bodies of enslaved Hebrews in mass graves. Let me see here. What Bible verse is that? Hold on. Got a Bible verse coming to mind. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the Bible, and it only fits us. Okay. I know it's Deuteronomy 28. Let me just Google it. It'll probably be faster to Google it. No one to bury. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Just bear with me. I want y'all to understand this Bible and understand that the Bible is talking to you, Israel. Everybody want to be us, but they don't want these troubles. They don't want these troubles. They don't want these troubles now. But anyway, matter of fact, let me just go through it and scan through it. That's what I do. I'll just scan through it. Okay. The files, let's see. Look at that. You getting married, but somebody gonna rape your wife. Hey, there you go. There's some of it. Hold on. The Most High is doing this because we made a covenant, we made a promise, and we broke our promise. Hold on. You ain't gonna have your son and daughter because they going into slavery. The foreigners who reside among you shall rise higher and higher, but you shall sink down lower and lower. Hello, Chicago. What about the black folks? Hey, most of the homeless folks is us. Hello, foreigners. They get up over here and get a stove, and next thing you know, they doing better than us. Talking about we ain't working hard. we got, hey, you understand? But yeah, look, and you shall go sink lower and lower. The foreigners, they come over here and give them money to take, to put up businesses in our neighborhood. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Look here. Yahuwah will bring a nation against you from far away from the end of the earth. We at the end of the earth. This is the west. The sun sets in the west. Like an eagle swooping down, a nation whose language you do not understand. We didn't come over here speaking English. No speaker English. All right. Let me see here. Let me get down to the verse I'm getting at. Hold on. Now, y'all got to understand that if you do not carefully follow all the words of this law, see, these white supremacist devils tell you to leave that Old Testament, the foundation of the law, alone. If he talking to Israel, he not talking to Christians. Do not carefully follow all the words of this law, which are written in this book, and do not revere his glorious and awesome name. They even took his name out. Yahweh, Yahuwah, Elohim. He will send fearful plagues on you and your descendants, harsh and prolonged disasters and severe and lingering illnesses. Okay? But let me get down into it. Where is it at? We ain't getting no rest. I done looked over it. But anyway, I think it's in the 40s. Anyway, we gonna be out dead and rotten, and ain't nobody gonna bury you. Okay? That's basically what it was saying. You want to know who the nation of Israel are? These curses shall be a sign and a wonder to you and your descendants forever. Okay? I'm going to find this Bible verse. I'm locked in. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to find this Bible verse. Maybe it's the translation that's throwing me off. Let me go to, I am pretty much somewhat familiar with the New King James. Maybe it's the translation that's throwing me off. Okay? Here it is. Your carcasses will be food for all the birds and wild animals. And there will be no one to frighten them away. Look at that. Hanging from trees. You know, they done run all the black folks off. Ain't nobody burying your black tail. They done run ain't nobody burying you. They done run all. And you know what? If they get me and kill me, don't come back and bury these old bones. Don't come back and bury me. Just let me rot on the tree or whatever it is. I made it plain that made it plain. If some reason I die, I told her, if she can't afford to bury me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you can't, if for some reason I die and it's time get hard, don't worry about burying these old bones of mine. Don't worry about it. Because I'm not coming back to this. But let me get into my lesson. Shalom, let me look. All right, now let me get on into it. Hold on. But yeah, y'all can see that. Don't worry about these bones. They don't respect the dead no way. Now, if I go out here and dig up a grave, they gonna get me for what they call it when you dig up dead folks, desecrating a corpse, something like that. That's what they gonna get me. But let me keep going. Just keep this in the back of your mind when you start seeing that they building over our cemeteries, they putting lakes over our dead, all this kind of stuff that they doing. Okay? But all right, in the early 15th century, Portuguese explorers like Henry the Navigator began selling to Africa, bringing back both goods and enslaved. They was already there. That's why it was called the Dark Ages. They was already, let me show y'all. I know some of y'all don't like this, but let me show y'all the book of Acts chapter 29. That's in this Bible that they removed. Hold on, let me show it to you. Yeah, y'all can see that. Hold on. I'm all over the place. Acts chapter. Look in your Bible, you ain't gonna find this. Now, if y'all don't think this scripture, hey, point it out and explain why. Okay? But look at this. This tells you the Hebrews was already there in Europe. And it makes sense. All right? Now look here. All right? Let me see here. And Paul, full of the blessings of Mashiach and abounding in the Ruach HaKodesh, departed out of Rome, determined to go into Spain, for he had long time purpose to journey thitherward, and was minded also to go into Britain. Britain, you know, as in Great Britain. For he had heard in Phoenicia that there were certain children of Israel about the time of the captivity into the land of Ashur. The Assyrian captivity. They migrated to Britain, had escaped by sea to the isles afar off, as spoken by the prophets and called by the Romans Britain. And Yahuwah commanded the gospel to be preached far hence to the other nations and to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And maybe that's why they took it out. Remember, the Messiah said, I am not sent but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Maybe that's why they took this book out. All right. And no man hindered Paul, for he testified boldly of Yahushua, the Messiah, before the tribunes among the people, and he took with them certain of the brethren which abode with him at Rome, and they took shipping of ostium and have the winds fair and brought safely into a haven of Spain. Okay, I'm just showing you that it was Hebrews over there in Britain and Spain. Y'all know Portugal is next door to Spain. All right, but yeah, when they was expelling them Jews out of Portugal and Spain, it was black folks. It wasn't your European Jews. It was black folks that was expelling out of Spain. Y'all look into it, okay? But yeah, Acts chapter 29, you're gonna have to get the Sefer do us a little digging to find that verse in that chapter in the Bible. Okay, that goes back into that slave Bible. But yeah, they probably did bring some from. They did take some to the island of St. Thomas. They did take some children to the island of St. Thomas, so they probably did bring some back. If you took them there, you probably brought some back for some slave labor. Yeah, but don't overlook that. Okay. All right, now. A new archaeological study of more than 150 skeletons dumped in Lagos, Portugal, reveals many of the enslaved Africans were not given proper burial, and that several of them may have been tied up there. They know that they were tied up because they had rope. Well, maybe the rope deteriorated. All right, the skeletons come from the site of Valley of Gafina. Let me show y'all how y'all can start walking stuff down. This Negro, I might die. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can walk this stuff down. I don't try to keep all this stuff to myself like I'm like the Most High gave. No, you're supposed to multiply spiritually. See that? There you go. I don't know this. I'm not accepting no cookies, but yeah. But yeah, I got blockers and stuff on. So let me look at the images. They're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you how great your history is. They're not gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you how great they are, and you need to be dependent on them. That you can't succeed unless you go to them. But yeah, some of that look like. Okay, let me get back on track here. Let me go back over here. All right, now. But there y'all go right there. Some bones of enslaved African in a Portuguese trash dump. All right. Now, let's go to mass grave convict lease program inmates. All right. Let me see. Did I? Okay. Now, this is the African Diaspora News Channel. Y'all see that? I'm just showing you what I'm. And I did check. This video is probably about 2 years old. And I found multiple sources. So I checked it. And y'all check my stuff. Okay, no sound. Hold on, I see you. Okay, let me stop sharing. I think I refreshed it, and let me do it this way.
There. Up close look at this unmarked graveyard.
It's going to change Texas history.
Experts aren't even close to analyzing all of the remains. Young students allowed to study the site are amazed.
It's mind-blowing.
Did y'all catch that? He said it's going to change Texas history. Hold on, let me see. I'm checking the sound.
Up close look.
Okay. Why is it going to change Texas history? Because they done covered it up. All the dirt they do to us, they hide it. Just like criminals. What do criminals do when they break the law? They try to get rid of the evidence. They act like nothing happened.
95 sets of remains found at the site where Fort Bend ISD is building its new technical center. So far, 48 remains have been exhumed.
They building on a grave site, y'all.
20 of those forensically analyzed. It is still unclear how they died.
We could have had yellow fever running through or any other kinds of diseases.
Dr. Katrina Whiteley says the remains she studied were all male except one female, all of them African American. It's believed they were prison inmates leased by the state to plantation owners after the emancipation.
We're looking at what are called musculoskeletal.
Leased by the state. We're going to walk this down.
By the state to plantation owners.
The state that took control of the slaves. They made slaves. They created laws to get you in their prisons so they could lease you out to corporations. The same thing they are doing today. Prisons is on the stock market. Okay. Hold on. How you gonna lease a person? Huh? You darn folks, boy. Y'all know what convict leasing is. Yeah, I'm not finna watch that an hour and 33 minutes. It'll probably be entertaining. Not entertaining, what I mean, not entertaining, but it'll be a learning experience. This ain't no damn entertainment. Ain't no darn entertainment. Ain't nothing entertaining about our pain and suffering. Ain't nothing about it. Let me see here. This is just, and look, the video I'm doing is Texas. This is all throughout the South. All the way to, this is throughout the South.
5 years after the Civil War, and with the collapse of its economy, the state of Louisiana awarded its convict lease system in 1870 to a former Confederate major named Samuel Lawrence James. The 13th Amendment gave Major James a constitutional license to reimpose slavery on the Angola slave plantation through the convict lease.
They still got the Angola prison to this day. Notice Angola is a place in Africa. They still got them picking cotton in Angola to this day. Well, when cotton season is over. Can y'all hear that? Let me see. Can y'all hear that? Let me know if y'all can't hear it.
Major James a constitutional license to reimpose slavery on the Angola slave plantation through the convict lease system. For the next 3 decades, James ruled over a brutal convict work system that left untold hundreds dead and buried in unmarked graves in the
unmarked grave. You're nothing. You're nothing. Nothing to be remembered, nothing to mark where you lay. You are nothing to them. Nothing.
Plantation's rich soil. The physical conditions endured by those subjected to convict leasing were often brutal and hazardous. The harsh treatment and abuse suffered by leased convicts resulted in lasting physical injuries and trauma, leaving a lasting impact on their overall health and well-being. However, it is important to note that the abolition of convict leasing did not eradicate the systemic racism and discrimination faced by African Americans.
All right, let me go back. Now, let me get back over here. Let me know if I'm going to check the side.
After the emancipation.
We're looking at what are called musculoskeletal stress markers. And when you do heavy labor and you do heavy labor over and over and over again, it actually changes the bone.
It's believed the burials here were between 1878 and 1910. Artifacts have also been found, including chains.
Some of them have swivels on them that were more than likely utilized in chain gangs.
Crews digging a trench came across the first set of bones back in April. Fort Bend ISD immediately halted construction.
I feel like this historic cemetery really opens a broader perspective on the prison system.
Points in history that deeply disturbed local historian Reginald Moore, who had warned the district it might find unmarked graves of black prisoners. Moore wants them buried nearby at the old Imperial Farm Cemetery, which he oversees.
We're trying to make sure that we go forward in a positive way as far as getting them memorialized, getting a museum put together so we can give recognition.
It's possible at one time the cemetery was marked with wooden markers that have since decayed. Now a chance to tell the story of those who lived and died here.
Now, one thing that the guy stated in the news clip was that this changes Texas history. No, it doesn't change Texas history at all. This is the history of the United States, not just Texas. But let's talk about why they were there. Now, after slavery, after the Civil War, you start having the Reconstruction era. Now, you have to remember, all the labor in the United States of America was done by black men and black women. These white folks didn't do a thing, anything that had to do with building, farming, sewing, cooking, anything that you could think of, black people did it, period. So after slavery was over with, you remember the 13th Amendment. Now, the 13th Amendment says that slavery shouldn't be in the United States, it's not legal anymore, private slavery. But there's a clause in the 13th Amendment, and most of your politicians won't even touch the 13th Amendment. It says that slavery is okay if they are prisoners, okay? So now, after slavery, they had the 13th Amendment. The southern states said, well, hey, we can still have our slaves back. All we have to do is put them in prison and they can be slaves again. And so all of them got all on code together to try to start putting black people in prison. So they came up with something called the Black Codes. And
he going into where they created laws to criminalize black folks. Okay? That's what he's getting into. This is what they built. This is the area where they found the dead people, the black folk, the prisoners. This is the same spot, okay? I just found another video.
Full speed ahead at the site where nearly 100 unmarked graves were discovered back in April. A judge granted the Fort Bend ISD permission to proceed with its project, a $59 million career and technical center, all while the careful process of exhuming the remains continues.
My understanding is that this was the largest previously undiscovered grave site in the state.
How is it undiscovered when white folks created it? It's hard for me to deal with these dishonest, disingenuous, forked tongue, making light of our Holocaust. It's hard for me to deal with these folks. How is it undiscovered? And how did Columbus discover lands with people already in them?
Crews discovered the remains while digging. They're believed to belong to African-American prison inmates more than a century ago.
It's very interesting seeing Sugarland grow and develop. It's also very interesting to uncover some history.
Now y'all hear this white woman? She said it's interesting to watch Sugarland grow. And it's also interesting to uncover some history. You mean genocide. So uncovering genocide is interesting to you. Uncovering crimes against humanity is interesting to you. Huh? That's what you're saying? I'll catch this, y'all. Catch it.
Ago.
It's very interesting seeing Sugarland grow and develop. It's also very interesting to uncover some history.
Back in April, I spoke with local historian Reginald Moore, who believes there are unmarked graves on thousands of acres of land throughout the community. He wants a dedicated graveyard for all of them.
I just wanted to be a spokesperson for them and make sure that they get some type of recognition and acknowledgement.
Moore says the remains of slaves from sugarcane plantations, as well as black prisoners forced to work the land, are likely buried in open fields and underneath homes.
That would be interesting and scary, I guess, at the same time.
How is it interesting to these white folks? It's not appalling. It's not tragic. It's not horrific. It's interesting. And some of you Negroes can't wait to lay down with Becky.
Fields and underneath homes.
That would be interesting and scary, I guess, at the same time.
Remains perhaps more readily discovered while building a backyard pool, for example. Joyce Lee lives next to the construction site and says it might not prevent residents, however, from building.
No, I don't think so. No, because they have a lake here, and they did.
So you even got this. You even got the grafted in honorary white Asian. It's no big deal. They got a lake there. You know, Satan got a. You know, Satan gonna be in a lake. It's called the Lake of Fire. So, you know, who in their right mind? You know, who in their right mind would want to live in a cemetery? Any of y'all comfortable living around dead folks? I'm not worried about the dead folks, but I believe the dead should have their space. There's Bible verses about that. How many of y'all want to move into the cemetery? Any of y'all, hey, let me get a word in the chat. If y'all want to move into the cemetery, and let me get a thumbs down or a 2 if y'all wouldn't want to live in the cemetery. You understand? It's the same thing. It's a cemetery. But this is who we living around. It ain't no big deal. They got a lake there. So, okay, the lake makes it all right. Okay, so you're going to live in a cemetery because it's a lake beside. Okay, they got Lake Lanier in Georgia. It's covered up. You know, it's black. It's a whole black town with dead black folks in the lake. Lake Lanier, where all these folks keep popping up dead. It's a lake there. People die there. Strange death happen every year. Y'all heard of Lake Lanier? That's a lake built over a black cemetery. Yeah. There y'all go right there. Yeah. Uh-huh. Look, that gonna look like a car. Oh, the guy died of electrocution. I'm not gonna mock him. I don't know him. These folks are dying. I'm not gonna mock them. You know. But they probably hate black folks. I don't know that, so I'm not gonna mock them. The guy died. A lot of folks died. But anyway, let me get back over here. Ain't no big deal, you know. It's a lake there, you know.
Might not prevent residents, however, from building.
No, I don't think so. No, because they have a lake here, and they didn't find anything.
She's talking about retention ponds excavated in many subdivisions near the burial site, which itself at one point in history had been part of a plantation. Neighbors say moving forward, developers need to keep in mind the area's past.
If they're going to develop something, they should have a little respect for what might have been there before.
What might have been there? Anyway, okay, y'all. All right, let me close that out. Here's something else. Oh, y'all can't see that. I hit the button again, didn't I? Here goes something else. Here goes something else. I'm basically doing a rehash. But yeah. Plastic facility to be built on slave. See, now, let me see here. Let me find it. Let me find it right quick. Let me find it. Let me close this out. Now, it's bad enough. Black folks went from 15 million acres of farmland to 1 million. Bad enough they doing that. And they stealing land from old elderly people. You know, now that ain't good enough. They stealing from the dead. Nothing. You are nothing. You're not even trash in a landfill. They would be more careful about digging up, building a neighborhood or anything on a landfill. They would be more careful than about building something on top of us. Ain't that something? And I hope y'all women don't take this to heart. I just want y'all to see who we're dealing with. We know who we are. We don't need a devil telling us. We don't need to believe the devil lies and them showing us we are nothing. We don't need to believe that. That's not what I'm teaching you. But unto them, we are nothing. I'm gonna show them how much my life worth if they mess around and get down wrong. I'm gonna show them how much my life means to me and my family. Yeah, but anyway, they look at that stole. Look here, look, millions of acres of black farmland. That doggone pig there. That's probably why we lost it. Remember, if we don't obey all the words in this book, look. That didn't help. That didn't help us keep the land. That's for sure. He could have got some goats. But I don't know what they were looking at. But yeah, leave them darn pigs alone. But see, if you don't know who you are and you don't know the Bible is talking to you, this is what you're going to do. You're going to perpetuate slave theology. What's that, tobacco? Yep, no. He said, why you, the tobacco kills folks. Okay? I think that's tobacco. Yeah, it kills folks. Yeah, I mean, that's a fact. Take it, love it or not, it kills folks. Now, I'm getting them, but anyway, let me move on. It kills folks. I used to smoke. Haven't smoked since 1999. Hallelujah. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's going to kill everybody, but I can understand. But anyway, I don't get into other folks being there between them and the Most High.
We are standing on the site where Formosa proposed to build their $9.4 billion industry.
What they do? They done stop the video?
And today we are releasing a report that makes two things clear. Number one, Formosa Plastic has repeatedly searched in the wrong place for the burial sites on the Acadia property. Even when told to go back and look again, the firm that Formosa Plastics engaged looked in the wrong site. This makes us doubt that Formosa Plastics is serious about locating and preserving our ancestors. There may be as many as 5 additional burial sites on the property.
That's not 5. That's not 5 bodies. 5 burial sites. 5. Let me break it down to you. There may be as many as 5 separate cemeteries. Okay, but they even trying to take the land from the dead. Look at that. I just want y'all to see that. They trying to take the land from the dead. Shalom, everybody, Sister Catherine, Jim. Let me check that out. Silver Dollar Road, North Carolina. Let me check that out. Why? What? Black folks, we the only one got to have help protecting our land. But anyway, let me. All right, Sister Catherine, I type it in. Let me see what this saying.
On intercoastal waters. For Black people, if you have any land and you can live on that land and you can attain a nice home and have a decent job. That is a big goal in your life. You have accomplished something.
Yeah, because they living by the ocean. What they call that beachfront property. They don't want to pay you though.
The land means, to me, it's our heritage. It's our future for our children. We love everything about it.
For me, it's home. It's where I was born and raised. It's my own little country club.
It's amazing how when it's us, boy, they find all kind of ways to steal.
Property goes, but it's been in the family for over 100 years. And I knew we really was gonna have to fight, and I knew it could become a bad situation.
This been a nightmare. Didn't intend for this to get like this. We fought as hard as we could, and I didn't see no other way but go to jail for this.
In this story, of course, race is central as well, but it's also a structural and historical situation that concern not only Black people, but usually poor people and indigenous people. And it's the march of capitalism who basically makes sure that you lose your land for profit.
Having that land it's a blessing, because one thing you can't make land.
My great-grandfather's dying wish was upheld. My grandmother actually honored his dying wishes.
Yeah.
To not let anyone take up his property.
Right.
All right. Okay, that was eye-opening, Sister Kathy. Thank you for putting me on that. I'm gonna check that out. It ain't gonna make me cry. It ain't gonna make me cry. It's gonna make me go to work. Ain't gonna make me cry. It's gonna make me go to work. That's what it's gonna do. All right now.
Area filled with weeds and vegetation. And now she's on a quest to dig out of the lost piece of history. Action News community journalist Becca Hendrickson has that story tonight.
The land behind me looks like acres of dense woods, but buried beneath it are hundreds of graves. And one neighbor has made it her mission to unearth them all. For more than 50 years, the traffic of White Horse Pike and Lawnside has sped past hidden history. A graveyard neglected, overgrown with weeds and vegetation.
It goes all the way back past this tree line here.
Dolly Marshall is quite literally shining a light.
A lot of these stones are well intact. They just haven't seen the light of day because they've been hidden.
Mount Peace Cemetery has been in Lawnside, New Jersey since 1900.
Created for the sole purpose of giving Black people a place to be buried with dignity and respect.
But the cemetery itself became buried until last fall. Dolly and...
How can a group of people with no dignity nor respect show Black folks dignity and respect? Dignity and respect is if you come to a land, you would respect the people and treat them with the dignity that the Most High gave them. If this was a people with dignity and respect, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Sister Kathy, about crying. Y'all got different hormones. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not making fun of you. I'm not belittling. See, y'all women got different hormones than men. Stuff like this make us go to work. Stuff like this make us burn this doggone down. And not crying. Yeah, a man will cry. A man got tear ducts. But a man don't need to be crying every time something bad happens. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, we'll leave that for the praying mothers and the praying women of Israel. that the Bible said, the wailing women of Israel. We'll leave that for y'all. You understand? We're going to go out and handle some business in the Most High. That was, yeah. Y'all just what, just kind of, we got to balance each other out because, we can't go too far off the deep end. That's why we need our wife to kind of help, say, hey, don't you think maybe you just a little bit too aggressive? You understand? But anyway.
Since 1900.
Created for the sole purpose of giving Black people a place to be buried with dignity and respect.
But the cemetery itself became buried. Until last fall, Dolly and other volunteers began searching for graves.
In a matter of 6 months, we rediscovered 200.
Some were Black Civil War veterans, others previously enslaved people.
When I'm walking through here, I always wondered about the people and their lives. It's more than just names on the headstone. It's people, their lives, and what they did, and who loved them.
Dolly found out some were even people her family loved too.
This is my great uncle. His name is Jehu Oscar Hegeman.
There's more work to be done to fully restore this resting place. But for Dolly, each discovery makes it worth it.
My dream is to get people to want to come here and learn, because there's a lot of hidden history here.
Dolly says what she really needs now are more volunteers. There are generations of Black history in this graveyard, and she says it will take the whole community to rediscover it. In Lawnside, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6 Action News.
Ain't it amazing how they always find Black cemeteries to go colonize and steal, repossess the land? Ain't that amazing, y'all? I ain't seen no videos. I ain't seen no videos of them finding white cemeteries, accidentally stumbling across white cemeteries and building over them. I ain't seen that yet. It probably doesn't happen because with enough money, they'll do it. But from what I'm seeing, boy, they know how to find a doggone Negro burial site, don't they? And start building on top of it. Y'all know Satan loves death. Mashiach, the Messiah, says Satan was a murderer from the beginning. A murderer loves death. Death is their God. Right. Y'all already know about the devil's punch bowl. Let me see here. Right after black folk got through helping Abraham Lincoln and the North win the war, they repaid us by killing off our men, women, and children. Don't you know? He said, y'all Negroes did such a great job. We're going to repay y'all with death. Let me see, I think I got a video for that. Yeah, give y'all another verification, another witness. Y'all read that. So this is genocide. This is crimes against humanity. But yet, the United States are going talking about some Saddam Hussein crimes against humanity. These folks hold the title of crimes against humanity. These folks hold the record of genocide. But they'll go over east somewhere, all up in somebody else's business in their country, talking about some crimes against humanity. I guess we're not. I forgot. We're nothing. We're less than trash. y'all do realize the Devil Punch Bowl is one big unmarked grave. Let me see, can I find that video? Hold on. Let me let this play. It ain't but a small second. 20,000. At least 20,000. I seriously doubt it was a well even rounded number like 20,000. You know, but anyway, let me see, can I find? Let me see here. But anyway, let me keep going. I done got distracted anyway. Let me see. Almost an hour. Historic all black town in the Mississippi Delta. Mound Bayou in the Mississippi Delta, a town founded in 1887 by former slaves with a vision that was revolutionary for its time. From the start, it was designed to be a self-reliant, autonomous, all-black community. We didn't need help from massa. That's a problem. That's a problem for them. For decades, Mound Bayou thrived and prospered. If you look at it now, if you look at Mound Bayou now, it's in tatters. I haven't been there recently, but I've been through there, and it looks horrible. Maybe I got to type in shacks. Oh, y'all can't see this. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me show y'all. Y'all couldn't see where I was coming from, but I'll go back to it. Look at that. Shacks. Y'all know who lived there by the houses. Shacks. But yeah. Let me go back to where I was reading. This is where I was at. Self-reliant, autonomous all black community. For decades, Mound Bayou thrived and prospered. It was working until they came. All right? Becoming famous for empowering its black citizens. The town also became known as a haven from the virulent racism of the Jim Crow South. Virulent. It's almost like it was an inverted or alternate universe where being black was a positive thing. Said Rolando Harris, director of the Delta Center for Culture, learning Delta State University. But anyway, you look at it now, once they got into it, it's over. So what happened? I think desegregation happened, says Hurt. This is a case where we've seen across the country in which black community, people who had more options left those communities to move. They want to be around massa. Hey, we want to go live around Satan. You know, we got it going. We doing good right where we at, but it's something about the devil. Let me go see what the devil is doing. Let's go. Let's see, is the devil's ice cold? Let's go over here and live by the devil. Left those communities, moved to the suburbs, or to move to urban areas with more opportunities, and took their know-how with their and their resources. Now, this is not accurate because he said he think. So I haven't researched this. All I know is what it looked like now. This is all I know. This is what it looked like now. Yeah, that's what it looks like now. That's all I know. See, yeah. It was thriving at first. But yeah. Let me go back here to my reading. So, but stop for a moment and imagine the amount of value that it was a picture of remarkable feat it was to build this town in the first place. Fresh, think about this. They tell you that black folks was dumb and didn't know nothing. Fresh out of slavery, we building towns. What the government do? Oh, we'll just eminent domain your town and build interstates right through your town. You know we had to live somewhere. We couldn't live around them. Right? So what happened to the towns? Ask the government what happened to the town. All right. Back in 1887, the founders, freed slave Isaiah T. Montgomery, might be a relative of mine, cousin Benjamin Green, 840 acres in Mississippi swampland and covered with dense hardwood forest. But anyway, this right here, as far as I'm concerned, book of, well, I'm going to stay out of that right now. But anyway, the white man's ice is cold. We better leave that white man, let him have his ice. Better stay away from Satan. All right, now. Rest in peace, not for many buried in black cemeteries. Negroes can't even rest when we dead. Boy, I tell you. Laying black people to rest doesn't guarantee their remains will rest in peace. The historical burial ground for black people, whether enslaved or free, are always in danger of being bulldozed, desecrated, or paved over. That's why when the Most High get through destroying this world, I'm not shedding not one tear. Burn, Babylon, burn. Well, you in Babylon, yeah. I'm in Babylon right now, and I'm dying. I'm in Babylon now, and they kill us when they get ready. I'm in Babylon now, and they dig up our bones. So what's the difference? I take my chances with the Most High destroying this earth than sit back and watch these devils destroy the earth. Take your pick. The devils are destroying the earth. Oh, you rather be among the devils while they destroy the earth? Your water's polluted. You got bleach in your water. You got chemicals in your water. Okay, your food is polluted. Your air is polluted. Huh? You can't even go outside your house without a doggone white supremacist race soldiers in the lurk looking for you. You worried about the Most High destroying this earth while you can't see that the heathen is destroying the earth, cutting down all the trees. That's why it's getting hotter. Polluting all the land, all the garbage, all the trash in the sea. I think I know what the heathen gonna be doing in that 1,000 years of peace. I think the Most High gonna have them cleaning up this earth. I think that's what they're gonna be doing in that 1,000-year peace when they lose their reign. They're gonna be cleaning up this mess. I can't say for sure because I ain't seen no scriptures on it, but I know they going into captivity and they gonna be working. It ain't gonna be like what they done to us, but they gonna be putting in some work. That's what the Bible say. All right? Yeah. I think I know I think what's gonna be going on in that 1,000-year peace. They done went all over there. Y'all know how much trash in the ocean? Huh? But these folks got such high IQ, they can't clean up their mess. Huh? Let me see here. Look at all this stuff, y'all. I ain't studied about no New Year. Where is it at? I guess it. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go over here. 6 1.4 million tons of trash dumped in the ocean. Not buying nothing. But yeah, I think I know what they're going to be doing. I think I know what they're going to be doing. Because the Most High, He is all about justice and making right. He didn't create the earth for us to do this. He didn't do that. Okay? I think I know what they're going to be doing. They're going to be cleaning up this mess. But anyway, I ain't got no Bible verse. But it's not going to be, they're not going to be on Easy Street. I guarantee you that. But all right, let me see. Let me get back in my, let me get back. Let me get out of this. Let me see here. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to read a little bit of that. Y'all want to read more? Just type that title in. Okay? All right? Let me shorten this a little bit. Let me see. According to WWL-TV, Think Woods overtook the St. Rosalie plantation more than 70 years ago, and there are parish officials who said they didn't know the black cemeteries existed. Okay, you got a plantation there that's been there for years, so nobody died on the plantation. What did they do? Eat the people? Some of them did, huh? What do you mean you don't know? Y'all got such high IQ, so nobody died on the plantation. Not even on accident. Or get beat to death. Or just killed. Okay. And there are parish officials who say they didn't know the black cemetery existed. But okay. But anyway, that's just some more. This is a critical mass. This is a bomb. Critical mass of grave. An explosion of death. And it's blowing up in their face. Don't forget this. LSU professor says Student Health Center built atop a plantation cemetery. Now, so y'all shouldn't be surprised, LSU, when the black quarterbacks or the black players don't win the game, they start calling you the N-word. Your school is built on atop a plantation. Your school is in close ties to a plantation. See, the slaves didn't win the game for them. Therefore, the so-called LSU fans started resorting to calling you the N-word like back on the plantation. But okay. All right. And look at that. Infirmary Road. Let me go ahead on. Enchanted Forest. Okay. Sound like some spelling going, some spells, but nevertheless, let me move on. They lie like rugs. Hey, the rugs is a little bit better position than they are. You understand what I'm saying? They make the rug look good.
From our next investigation, and we haven't even shown it to you yet. A viewer, in fact, told us about possible slave graves beneath a new Cypress subdivision.
When we sent Ted Oberg to investigate, we discovered Harris County leaders who knew about the possibility but never followed up. That was until we started asking questions.
There's a cemetery in this small patch of woods for the Texans who owned this land way back in the 1850s.
all right around there.
The Harris County Historical Commission says it's not all those farmers now buried here owned.
They have slaves, but some of them only have 2 slaves. Some of them have 5.
Neighbors tell us there's always been a...
They only had 2 slaves, y'all. No big deal. They only, some of them only had 2 slaves. No big deal. They just had only 2 slaves, you know. Some of them only had, some had 5. You understand? No big deal.
There's a cemetery in this small patch of woods for the Texans who owned this land way back in the 1850s.
All right around there.
The Harris County Historical Commission says it's not all those farmers now buried here owned.
They have slaves, but some of them only have 2 slaves. Some of them have 5.
Neighbors tell us there's always been a rumor those slaves were buried on the other side of what is fast becoming Alden Woods, Cypress's newest subdivision.
We had always heard there were slave graves.
Neighbors told U of H archaeologist Dr. Ken Brown about it 2 years ago when he was out here exploring the White Farmers Cemetery for the Harris County Historical Commission. They led Brown.
They was exploring the White Farmers Cemetery to protect it. Listen.
Ken Brown about it 2 years ago when he was out here exploring the White Farmers Cemetery for the Harris County Historical Commission.
You understand? They're not worried about the Negroes.
They led Brown to where they thought the slave graves were.
I saw depressions that have a generally east-west orientation. There were, in several cases, groups of them, which suggested family-type plots within a cemetery.
The chair of the Harris County Historical Commission was there too, and while she told us she couldn't rule out buried trash piles,
standing there in the woods that day, what did you think you were looking at?
A potential gravesite
For
African Americans.
an assistant Harris County attorney was there that day too.
I said to the county attorney's representative, this looks like the spot. This looks like a cemetery. It was very easy to recognize.
Texas regulations and law will recognize cemeteries if you can find depressions in the ground, fencing, some kind of trees, but the easiest and most reliable sign is a tombstone, and slaves couldn't afford those in the 1850s. The county attorney's office got a legally binding agreement to protect the White Cemetery, but the potential African American graves on the other side of the subdivision,
we had to give up.
In a December email, the county
protect the White Cemetery, give up the Negroes. Negroes, even in death, you get no rest. Well, you are, but your bones, our bones ain't getting no respect. These folks are of their father, the devil, and the desires of their father they want to do.
biggest and most reliable sign is a tombstone, and slaves couldn't afford those in the 1850s. The county attorney's office got a legally binding agreement to protect the White Cemetery, but the potential African American graves on the other side of the subdivision,
we had to give up.
In a December email, the county attorney's office told us there were oral hearsay reports of the possible existence of a separate African American burial ground, which were never confirmed. But remember, the county attorney's office was working with the developer to preserve the white landowner's cemetery. But neither the Historical Commission nor the county attorney's office ever said anything to the developer about the possible African American graves. Neither asked Dr. Ken Brown today. Instead, the appointed historian and taxpayer-funded assistant county attorney asked Brown, a volunteer, to get a sworn statement from a neighbor that there were graves on the land. Neighbors either couldn't or wouldn't.
We thought we had done all we could do.
Which brings us back to the developer. When have you heard that they found depressions and they
Just
were...
now.
I'm the first guy to tell
You're
you
the
that.
first guy to tell me that.
Steve Sellers admits he heard rumors years ago, but chalked it up to neighbors upset over a new subdivision in their backyard. The depressions, the orientation, the historic documents.
Like I said, it's all news to me. If the county attorney had said there's a problem here, then we would have dealt with it just like we dealt with this problem.
But now, what scares you about what's going on out here?
They're building over cemeteries. It's a huge double standard.
The Harris County Attorney's Office tells us no one ever asked them to do anything or supplied records to determine the location of the possible African American burial site.
Okay, but now you know they there, so we gonna keep on pouring that concrete. Keep on pouring that concrete, y'all. Don't stop pouring that concrete. Don't stop. Keep pouring that concrete. We know them Negroes down there. They ain't gonna get up no time soon. Let's keep pouring that concrete. We got money to make.
But now,
what scares you about what's going on out here?
They're building over cemeteries. It's a huge double standard.
the Harris County Attorney's Office tells us no one ever asked them to do anything or supplied records to determine the location of the possible African American burial site. But then again, their employee was in the woods looking at the depressions himself a few years ago. And just now is that office acting to determine if it is in fact a gravesite. We know there's a home near there for sure. It's owned by Coventry, and we reached out to them several times, but did not hear back.
They know what's there. Boy, y'all already know about Staten Island. Might well call it Satan Island. Might well call it Satan Island. I covered that in that other video about a couple years ago, but here it is. This is one witness right here. And here's the other witness. Y'all can Google search these names and see if what this video, if what they saying is true. You're going to find these names in multiple places. They done built a parking lot over them. Now, while I'm thinking about it, now does it make sense when they do stuff like this? There's no class with these folks. Does it kind of see why they don't respect the dead? What y'all talking about? Okay, huh? Does it make sense to y'all now? The NYPD was wearing shirts right after they killed Eric Garner. Y'all remember Eric Garner saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe." He dead now. He go to NYPD. I can't breathe. Y'all can't see that, can y'all see that? The NYPD said, "I can breathe." It's the same MO. These are the same folks. They are of their father, the devil. Yeah. Okay, here's another one for you. Okay. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of them. Does it make sense now? Huh? Y'all remember these Trump supporters? They mock it. Look. Y'all understand? But anyway, does it make sense to y'all? But yeah. I mean, they got him covered up. They marking it dead, so does it make sense? All right, let's keep going. All right.
A predominantly black community was displaced to build Central Park? Founded in 1825, this part of Central Park was once known as Seneca Village, and it was home to nearly 200 residents. German and Irish immigrants lived here too, but most were black. It was the largest community of free African American landowners in pre-Civil War New York. By 1855, nearly half of them owned their own land. The village was a vibrant 40-acre community. They had a school, cemeteries, gardens, even voting rights. But in 1857, everything was torn down, all to create the Central Park we know today. That means that these villagers, who by that point had been learning to grow their own food and fostering their own community, were essentially forced to leave. Today, researchers are
forced to leave, so they stole their land. This is New York. The other video was Staten Island. That's New York too. So yeah, this is New York. They stealing black folks' land.
forced to leave. Today, researchers are trying to piece together the puzzle, the story that was Seneca Village, and locate the descendants.
Cal Jones reached out, and I remember that first week of us connecting, we had so many calls and try to help him connect all these missing puzzle pieces and connect my entire family back to Seneca Village.
What's cool is that the park hasn't really changed.
How about y'all connect her with some generational wealth that y'all stole? How about that? Connect her with some money that y'all stole. You don't see no pat on the back and no skinning and grinning. Pay me. Fix what you broke.
And try to help him connect all these missing puzzle pieces and connect my entire family back to Seneca Village.
What's cool is that the park hasn't really changed all that much. And so visitors, when they come here, they can see the landscape that was Seneca Village here in the park today. It stretches from 82nd Street all the way to 89th Street, right here on the Upper West Side. You can follow signs like these around the park to learn more. And if you didn't know, now you know. For News 4 New York, I'm Kay Ingram.
I'm finna check this. I'm finna check that out. What you got going on? What you type in the chat? Okay, let me check this out. Let me see. Let me see what you got on the paperwork. Philly Rittenhouse. Call it Rottenhouse. Shalom, Brother Sly. This is gonna be something modern. Hold on, I'm looking for something. It don't say nothing right now. It's talking about iris and stuff. Let me see here. Okay, the park. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more digging. They got it. They got all this other stuff on top. But yeah, I tried it. Hold on. They had to do a little more digging. I don't doubt them. It's consistent with what they do. Now look here. It's just another town they done put on the water. Yeah, you're right. They're just, they didn't put black towns on the water. Yeah, this stuff is in the Bible. That's why it's imperative that we obey the commandments. Because this stuff is a cycle. Benson County is the water they put. Let me read a little bit of it. There are some extraordinary stories about American Black history, many of which have been buried beneath the tides of time. They trying to romanticize this. I don't want to hear no fluff piece about some white supremacist devils killing black folks and flooding the town and covering it up with water. I don't want to hear no. See, this is why this ain't black news. It's black looking news. Want to hear something, some tides of time. This is genocide, it's warfare, and it's slavery, and it's theft, and it's All right. In the 1880s, a black man from Alabama named John Benson escaped the thumb of slavery, traveled across state line to save his sister, then became a wealthy man who founded a black community on the same land where he was once a slave. But that's half the story. His son would continue his legacy by building a school as well as the first black-owned railroad in U.S. Black-owned railroad. I bet you you don't own it now. And you've probably never heard of them. Nope, never heard of them. The majority of this story is steeped in the truth, but because any remembrance of the once flourishing town was drowned under one of the largest lakes ever made. Lake Martin. I done rode through here. I done drove through here. Yeah, I done been all through there, yeah. I guess it ain't low. Let me go back there. All right. But yeah, there's some more stolen land they stole, y'all. Okay. Here's another one. You follow Alabama. Yeah, here's another one. Is there a ghost town on the lake you follow? There's just another one. Y'all. I'm just showing y'all. Y'all can study this stuff on yourself if you want on your own. But yeah, we make it notations. We make it a list. And here's another one. Cowaliga, Alabama. Former African American village and community. Former. That means it's no longer owned by black folks. Y'all understand? They love living by that water. They love having that land by that water. They're going to wish they had some water when they end up in that lake of fire. They're going to wish they had some water. If I could only get back to the water. But look at here. But yeah. All right. 5 Black American towns hidden under lakes and ultimate from history books. That's what criminals do. They commit a crime and they hide the evidence. Oscarville, Georgia, Lake Lanier. Y'all see it. This is some stuff you can look up yourself. I just covered that. Seneca Villain covered that. New York. Susanna, Alabama. Didn't know about Lake Martin. Okay. Lake Martin. I did cover Lake Martin. Vanport, Oregon. I played that video. They hit me with a copyright. Played that video. The last time I did a video about this stuff, I played that video. They hit us with a copyright. All right, now we on the other side of the water. Okay, let's go overseas now. All right, human remains in Western museums must be returned to Africa. See, this is what I see when I see Europeans do stuff like this. This is what I see. They trophies. See, trophies. They got to kill something and hang it up on the wall. Matter of fact, let me get into the Bible before I forget. Okay. Numbers chapter 19. All right. He that touches the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. So what's the point? You're not supposed to be mingling, keep touching the dead. Okay? All right. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean. But if he purify not himself the 3rd day, then the 7th day he shall not be clean. Whosoever touches the dead body of any man that is dead and purify not himself, defileth the tabernacle of the Most High. Think about it. The Most High didn't create us to die. Listening to Satan and listening to our flesh is why we die. So yeah, you defile. Death is the side effect of disobedience. So yeah, death is a reminder of what happens when you listen to the devil. And that soul shall be cut out from Israel because the water of separation was not sprinkled upon him. He shall be unclean. His uncleanness is yet upon him. The Most High don't want you touching dead stuff. All right. Let me see. I'm closing these tabs. I'm bringing it to an end. Let me see. Leviticus 21. Let's go to Leviticus 21. Leviticus chapter 21. Let me see. 21, 1 through 17. And Yahweh said unto Moses, speak unto the priests of the son of Aaron and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but for his kin that is near unto him, that is, for his mother, they'll give an example where you can go bury the dead. Okay? But you're not supposed to be sitting there talking to the dead. None of that stuff. Remember, the Most High, he's the God of the dead, not the living. Let me see. He's not the God of the dead. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I misquoted that. Hold on. Right here, Matthew 22:32. I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead. Think about it. When you go to hell, that's the second death. He's not your God. You know why? Because you didn't choose him. You chose death. Death is your God. Satan is your God. Your flesh is your God. He ain't your God. You reject him, he reject you. He is not the God of the dead, but of the living. So you find yourself loving dead stuff, you in trouble. Now, let me go. What's it, Bible verse? Okay. Well, let me go back. Let me go over here, y'all. Okay. But yeah, that's the Europeans. They want to hold on to dead folks' bones. They defiling themselves. I just showed it to you in the script. Why you got human remains hanging up, strolled about? Huh? All right, let's play this. Y'all let me know if the sound don't play.
We have entered a memorial site. The ossuary is in the underground chapel of the Church of All Saints. It contains the bones of about 40,000 people who died of the plague in 1318 and during the Hussite Wars in the 15th century. The bones inside this church have been artistically arranged to form decorations and furnishings for the chapel.
Dead stuff is decorations. Y'all know what y'all think about buzzards. Let me see. Huh? What y'all think about buzzards? Y'all eating dead flesh. What y'all think about buzzards? Huh? What y'all think about buzzards? Eating dead stuff. How many, hey, y'all ask some of these Christians, since they believe they can eat anything, why ain't they eating these big old fat turkeys? Huh? Since they believe they can eat anything. I don't see them hunting buzzards. They ought to be an easy kill. Huh? All right, let me go to a Bible verse. Hold on. All right, let me show you this. All right, now these folks love digging up bones and hanging dead stuff and keeping the dead stuff all around. All right, Luke 17:37. All right, whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. These folks is trying to hold on to this mess. They seeking to save their own life, and they are watching themselves lose it. Whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. Let go of this world. It's a wrap. It's in the Bible. You see the curtains. You see the curtains coming down. The fat lady done already saw. Let go of this earth. You ain't losing. You look like you losing. I tell you, in the night there shall be two men in one bed. One shall be taken and another one left. Some people look at that 2 men in the bed, bunk bed. You know, like in the army barracks, you gotta. But anyway, two women grinding together. One should be taken, another left. Two men in the field shall be taken, the other left. All right. Now, if you look at that left, the one that got left is the one that's alive. The one that was taken is the one that died. People call this the rapture. That ain't the rapture. Let me show y'all what rapture is. Let me show y'all what rapture is. Let me show y'all what rapture is. Carrying off as prey or plunder. Okay? Look at that, rape. So black folks we've been getting raptured. I'm tired of getting raptured. See, I'm tired of getting raptured, y'all. They raping our pockets with these taxes. Huh? Yeah. But yeah, that go y'all rapture doctrine right there. But anyway, let me get to the Bible verse. And they answered and said unto, where, Lord? And he said, wherever the body is, the dead body is, there the eagles gonna be gathered together. Wherever the dead stuff is, the buzzards is right there. These folks love death so much they worship death. That where the body is, the buzzards. That's what that word eagle is, a buzzard. Look it up. It's a buzzard. Where the dead body is, the buzzard's gonna be gathered. They having a meeting. And look right here. They having a meeting. Wherever the body is, there go your eagles right there. Hanging around dead stuff. Now, since I said my piece on that, let me keep going. Let me close this out. Oh, hold on. I closed out the wrong tab. Hold on. Right here. It might not be no sound. Hold on. Let me stop sharing and come back. Because I had to re-upload that. Yeah. Hey, Brother Sly. They talking about they believe they can eat anything. Why don't you go and get them some buzzard meat? It'll be plenty of buzzards around. In the food shortage, there's gonna always be some crows and some. Y'all do know crows eat dead stuff too. It's gonna always be crows and buzzards around.
We have entered a memorial site. The ossuary is in the underground chapel of the Church of All Saints. It contains the bones of about 40,000 people who died of the plague in 1318 and during the Hussite Wars in the 15th century. The bones inside this church have been artistically arranged to form decorations and furnishings for the chapel.
Now, this to the heathen, this is artwork. This is decorations. This is art and decoration to the heathen, to the eagles, to the buzzards, to the culture vultures. For those of you who don't know, a vulture is a buzzard also. A culture vulture, yeah.
An enormous chandelier of bones, which contains at least one of every bone in the human body, hangs from the center of the nave with decorations of skulls around the wall of the structure. They were originally buried at the church cemetery. When the cemetery was closed at the end of the 15th century, the exhumed bones were transferred to the chapel and compiled into pyramids. The complete.
Hey, I think this is appropriate. That's exactly what white Jesus belonged. Under white Jesus, they done went all over the earth, stealing, killing, and destroying. He is in his sanctuary. White Jesus is right there. White Jesus tell white folks they can go everywhere, stealing, killing, and raping and robbing. So yeah, he belongs right there.
The completed decoration of bones was finalized with a coat of arms made of bones representing the House of Schwarzenberg. The House of Schwarzenberg was the owner of the land who in 1870 hired the artist considered the original author of this exceptional arrangement of human remains.
An exceptional arrangement of human remains. It's exceptional. It's exceptional. It's a masterpiece. I wonder whose master told him to put them pieces in that way. Okay. They proud of that stuff. Hey, let them have. They can have that. They can have that. You know, that's their stuff. But the Most High told us to come out. The Most High told us to come out from among them and be separate. Okay. All right. I think I about done ended everything. Hold on. Let me close some of these tabs. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Making sure I ain't forgot nothing. All right, family. That's about it. Any question? These ain't the only ones. They got ossuaries everywhere. They got them everywhere. They ain't. How many is it? But yeah, I don't know. Let me see how many it is. I'm trying to get a number. I see at least 6 of them. This said 40. Hold on, let me show y'all this. So this is not a one-off, y'all. This ain't a one-off. The only thing you can trust the devil to do is continue being a devil. Look, they got some in South America. Look at here. Let's see what this is. Look. Look at here. They got it. What is that? That China? What is that? Thailand? That's Thailand. Cambodia. Okay, Cambodia. Thailand still close. But yeah. This is what I know this ain't Israel. Egypt. Oh. But yeah, it look like I see 40. Y'all see this mess? Let me see if I click on this. There go your Constantine cross. Look at that. Where the carcass is, the eagle's going to be gathered together. Y'all do know fallen angels. I call them buzzers too. They just as good as buzzers also. Wherever that death is, these spiritual buzzers is circulating, is swarming around. But it's a fascinating thing about buzzers. They don't start eating you until you die. So you start eating dead stuff. You start eating wickedness. You stop obeying the word. You begin to die. The buzzers start circling overhead. I'm talking about these demons and these fallen angels. They start circling overhead. They smell death. And as soon as you reach a limit, they coming in. Okay? Now, vice versa. You start eating up that word. You start living the word. You receive the Ruach HaKodesh, the living water that quenches hell fire. Them devils got to go. It's too much light, too much truth, too much purity and holiness, too much life. They got to go. There's no place for them. So yeah, these buzzards also. Y'all leave these buzzards alone. If you disobey the Most High, the buzzards are circling. I'm talking about these demons, these fallen angels. These buzzards are circling your soul, waiting on the perfect time to start eating. Buzzards don't start eating until you start dying. They don't start circling until they start smelling death. When you start disobeying the Most High, you start dying. You know it because sometimes we make spiritual progress and then we stumble back. Okay? Let's just keep trying and get it together. Shalom, family. Love you.
How long we gonna keep doing this? Here we go again. Another balloon release, another candlelight vigil. Did we give them something to drink when they were thirsty? Did we feed them when they was hungry? Did we put some clothes on their back when they were naked? Did we put some money in their books when they were in jail? Did we go visit them? Did we write them? Did we visit them in the hospital when they were sick? Now we want to sing songs. Now we want to give sermons. Now we want to give flowers. Why don't we sing songs when they can hear them? Give sermons when they can hear them. And give them flowers when they can smell them. We're going to wear another Rest in Peace t-shirt? How about Live in Peace? Let's give them flowers while they live.
You know what? Forget this. We ain't doing this no more. Watch this.
Life is fragile, man. We can't play around being too big to look somebody that we love in the eyes and say, hey man, I love you, bro. I love you, sis. It's time is snatching people up left and right. So, you got something on your heart to say, man. Get them folks their flowers right now, man. Yeah, right now. Let's go. Hey, check on your people. If you love them, then you need to show it. How come we wait for them to die before we let them know it? The most important thing to say to them, we never say. Took them for granted cause you used to seeing them every day. Neglecting calls so communication went astray. Might not be doing it on purpose, life got in the way. You saying to yourself it's cool, I'll catch them later on. And then you find out that they gone, now that chance is blown. Man, so now your feelings come rushing in, wishing to hear their voice or for their hand to touch again. It's troubling, dealing with that kind of suffering. You had time, but with them never enough to spend. So now you at the funeral full of regret and tearful, wasting your time talking to them now cause they can't hear you. The loving words that they gave you didn't give them back. The fact that you didn't tell them, you gotta live with that. Give them flowers while they still can smell them. If it's a certain way inside your heart you feel, then tell them. Never hesitate to say it, do it when you can. Don't put the flowers on no casket, put them in their hand. Put them in their hand. Give them flowers while they still can smell them. If it's a certain way inside your heart you feel, then tell them. Never hesitate to say it, do it when you can. Don't put the flowers on no casket, put them in their hand. Put them in their hand. You didn't speak and now the grief is tearing you to pieces. So now we printing t-shirts and doing balloon releases. Candlelight vigils and murals for a painful reason, but never gave that kind of attention when they were breathing. Don't get me wrong, I know the life should be celebrated, but we be waiting too late for them to appreciate it. Now you regret that you didn't tell them or send a message. The words that you never expressed when they were in your presence. We beef with people and relationships are often ruined. Friends and family, we might go years without talking to them. Reconciling is something we ought to start pursuing. Our hearts are moving opposite of what our thoughts are doing. So now a heavy load of guilt is landing on you. Go tell your partners you love them while they standing on two. Ego and hesitation got you in the blind mind, until you see that R.I.P. flooding they timeline. Give them flowers while they still can smell them. If it's a certain way inside your heart you feel, then tell them. Never hesitate to say it, do it when you can. Don't put the flowers on no caskets, put them in their hand. Put them in their hand. Give them flowers while they still can smell them. If it's a certain way inside your heart you feel, then tell them. Never hesitate to say it, do it when you can. Don't put the flowers on no caskets, put them in their hand. Put them in their hand. If you ain't giving them they props, homie, call and run it. It's not to judge nobody for it, cause we all have done it. When they was in the flesh, we badly demonstrated love. Now we at the wake telling everybody how great he was. All the things they did for us, all the fun you had. But where was all of that before his day would come to pass? I think of times that I rushed and showed no patience with him, not knowing that would be my final conversation with him. And when we go through that, the pain just runs clean through us. Some of us never tell our parents what they mean to us. We thinking backwards and petty, so we need to grow. Hating on your friend, but praising people you don't even know. Don't wait until it's over and you wiping tears away. Let him know how loved and important he is today. If it's somebody that's special to you and y'all love him, hit him out the blue and for nothing, tell him you proud of him. Give him flowers while they still can smell them. If it's a certain way inside your heart you feel, then tell him. Never hesitate to say it, do it when you can. Don't put the flowers on no caskets, put them in their hand. Put them in their hand. Give them flowers while they still can smell them. If it's a certain way inside your heart you feel, then tell them. Never
a blessing to let people know how much you love them and give them their flowers while they are alive. It's a blessing to do that, okay?